Hey everybody, I'm here because I'm going to be reviewing, really, an overall impressions, first thoughts. I'm not really sure what to call it, but I am here to talk about the first season of Batman Caped Crusader, the brand new Batman animated series that just dropped Thursday night, August 1st, on Amazon Prime from executive producers Bruce Timm, Matt Reeves, and J.J. Abrams. But some other winks and nods there to other executive producers like James Tucker and Ed Brubaker. So I split up my watching of this 10 episode season over the course of 2 days. So this is Friday night when I'm recording this video, and I literally just finished watching the season finale of Batman Caped Crusader. So, what are my thoughts? Overall, I love this new show. I really do. There was an interview with Bruce Timm this week that talked about the whole, what brought Bruce Timm back to animated Batman. And he had this comment that was, let's make a Batman animated series that takes Universal monster movies, Warner Brothers gangster movies, and Republic Pictures serials, throw them all together, and then put a splash of film noir on top. And I have to say, that perfectly sums up the feeling of this series. I love all of those classic 1940s styles being mixed together into a Batman series. And with a series that, unlike the original Batman the Animated Series from the 90s, which, had that dark deco timeless quality where they had like Studebakers and they wore three-piece suits and Tommy guns, but they had computers and hover jets. This is solidly set in the 1940s with 1940s, attire, 1940s level technology, 1940s cars, and a Batman that's animated very much to mimic the Bob Kane Batman design from the original appearance. It's a different kind of show. It's it harkens back to some of those original episodes of Batman the Animated Series that deals with very character based, psychologically driven storytelling. Something that kind of got lost later on in the animated series and definitely in the DC animated universe as it became a little bit more super heroic and comic booky and lost some of that grounded, character driven storytelling. That Batman Cape Crusader has in spades. And those were the elements about the show that I enjoyed the most. I mean, when you have episodes written by Greg Rucka and Ed Brubaker, I mean, you're going to get some amazing storytelling. I mean, heck, I still need to read all of Gotham Central, but you're going to get those kind of stories. I'll balance this out with maybe a critique of the series in that the animation, while keeping with a very Tim-esque style, I will criticize only in that it suffers the way that a lot of modern Warner Brothers animation has suffered recently, in that it can be very stiff at times. It's not nearly as fluid as, especially those early episodes, at least the best animated episodes of Batman the Animated Series are. It has that look that, later Justice League Unlimited episodes would have, but not the ones that were being animated by like the A team animated ones where the cell shading and the motion was fluid. This one has glimpses of that in an episode here or there, but it's not a consistent quality throughout, the entire show. However, for me, the storytelling, the character work, the voice acting definitely makes the show worth watching and allows me to look beyond animation that maybe just isn't quite as beautiful as the old school animated series could be on its best day. Cool thing about Cape Crusader, it takes characters that we know and it does, as they talked about in interviews. I mean, there was an interview I remember going over on the DC Fanimated stream that it was the IGN article the same day that the trailer was released with Bruce Timm, James Tucker, and our new Batman, Hamish Linklater. And they talked about how they were going to do different things with well-established characters, and they do that, and it is really well done. I mean, the best part about this series, it's a TV 14 series, so it plays like a PG-13 movie. I mean, people get shot. It's not like they fire guns and somehow no one ever gets hit. No, people get shot. People bleed. People get the crap beat out of them. There's one particular episode where Batman has a line where he just says, "I asked some questions," and you just have to see the visual. It was great. I loved it. Uh, all 10 episodes are very entertaining to watch. Most of the 10 episodes are, as advertised, very standalone episodes, but with a slight season arc that, is strung through. But other than like a scene here or there, you really can watch almost every episode of this 10 episode season on its own. The season finale is a two-parter, so episodes 9 and episodes 10 lead right into each other. So, there is that. I will say that as a DC fan, particularly as a DC Batman fan, there are characters, supporting characters, name drops, cameos, if you will. They're just kind of sprinkled throughout the 10 episodes, and it's fun, especially seeing some of these characters done in a very, like I said, golden age 1940 style. So that was, for me, such a joy about this series. Definitely watch to the very end of the final episode. Great tease, because remember, when Amazon picked up the show, they went ahead and picked it for 2 seasons. So we're already guaranteed a second season of Batman Cape Crusader, and that's exciting news. The only other thing that I found maybe slightly disappointing was that the day before the episodes came out, Matt Reeves and the Batman Twitter handle and accounts dropped all these title cards. They had done up title cards for each episode that reminded you of those title cards that the original animated series would do, but they're not used in the show. And so while it was cool to see the title cards, it was a little disappointing that they weren't actually in the show. But watch the really cool opening title sequence, and I'll go ahead and just give you a little thing to look for. It changes slightly depending on the episode, so look out for that. It's a fun little thing. Same thing with the end credits, so look out for that. Really cool twist there. Like I said, the voice acting is incredible. I am digging Hamish Linklater as Bruce Wayne and Batman. There's even a character arc for him throughout the season, so enjoy that. Like I said, it was really fun for the episodes to be very standalone and yet still feel like you've had an arc for the season. Very enjoyable. So I can highly recommend that you go and check out Batman Cape Crusader, especially if you like a more golden age bent to your viewing in the characters. That also includes the music. It is fabulous. I cannot wait to download the soundtrack and check that out. Frederick, I think, Weidman He's done several of the direct-to-video animated movies before. It is atmospheric. It is wonderful. It's more film noir than the original animated series. Shirley Walker could go orchestral and bombastic, but this is just moody and atmospheric, and I loved it. So, guys, that's my review of season one of Batman Cape Crusader. I've tried to stay as spoiler free as possible, but reach out to me. You of course can find me on Twitter at ScottDC27, on Instagram at McMerlin, and on Vero at Scott McClellan. I would love to have maybe more spoiler filled conversations about Cape Crusader, especially if you've already watched all 10 episodes. And guys, thank you so much for your support of the channel, and I will talk to you later.